Morning you, or yeah, there is sound. I was just not at the desk. So now I put the sound up a second. Okay, so I took 2 trades the morning session. So first of all, I took this 15 minutes. Put this one off for a second.
Is the YouTube open?
Yeah. So we were, for the whole day, we've been going sideways. We had a change to the downside. We didn't take everything out, so I was a bit careful taking this trade. I took an entry, I put a stop at the high, and I was actually waiting for this 15 minute how it would play out. So, well, because we didn't have a sharp reaction back down just below the entry, I took actually half off, so I only was with a half hour in this trade anymore. Now, the next few candles, we were sitting around here, and then I got stopped out by the second. So, in this candle, I took a half off because, no, in the first candle, I took a half off because we didn't react off this 15 minutes. Then we took the highs, and second reason why I took something off, because you can see we've been chopping around for the whole day. So, be a bit careful if we take trades today. If we don't have a movement, we actually need to be more secure. Okay, so those were the two. This was the first trade I took, and then actually when we saw, I was not behind the charts when we got here. We took the highs. We are looking for short still because this was a short, so I wanted to take out this low actually. So that was the first one. I was not behind the charts right here. So now I'm being patient until I see a second one. This was my entry right here that I took on this one, stops at this high, and I took profits just before that 4 hour valley gap. There was 1.6 that I got out of it, and I took a half hour loss. Those were 2 trades I took today. So for open, let's see what brings. We got about 9 minutes until we have open. We are still at that same starting range of the morning session. Look at these hourlies. These are actually no movements at all. We did take out that lower liquidity. Nonetheless, if we don't take out all-time high, we will still fall further in that 4 hour gap, of course. And we can see this is not the best market conditions. We have way better conditions than this. So I don't like this kind of price action, of course. I prefer a direction, but it's normal after a push. So this was yesterday, somewhere here. Yeah, so this was yesterday. So we went up from around 200. We went up about 200 points. So that's normal that the market then goes a bit sideways before taking an action again. So as long as we're in this range, I'll be a bit more secure for trades or taking profit a lot longer. If we go out this range and see a continuation to one of the directions, I want to have an extra. I definitely want to take that trade then. Now for now, I'm too patient and just follow the plan. Again, on the left side will be my trades, on the right side are Eunicea trades. Left side will be continuation trading, and on the right side are my wife's. I do continuation on a 15-minute break of structure, and I actually enter my trade on a 15-minute valley gap that retest. Johnny says you took the second trade, what was it? Also, when did you start? Oh, I started, just me and Eunicea started a day ago, this challenge, and I took a second trade around 12:30. I entered this one. My time. I saw this movement from here. I saw the change to go down. I just put the limit order and let go of it. I was not behind the charts. When I saw it, it was actually already here. That was just the same trade that I took in the morning session. The morning session just stopped us out right here, and then the second time it did what I wanted to do. So again, orb, right side, my trades are continuation movements still. So the 5 minutes will be shown on the right side too. And this is a 15-minute chart because I actually only need a 15 at the moment. Morning or good afternoon, Blake. Where did your TP come yesterday? Did you take it to 25,000 or did you stop at 2450? At 29, yeah, around that 900 level. So this was the leg up, so we went over this high, and then we pushed to curious before the 50. You only missed about 50 points from here, so that's okay. You took the biggest move. Yeah, I must say I didn't expect us to go straight to that 25,000 level, but yeah, markets just do what they want to do. Especially at all-time high, they just want to keep going higher. So 4 minutes still open, see where open breaks. So this is previous day high still. And also all-time high. We're very nearby with about 22 points. And it's definitely possible to take this because we tapped that 4 hour on this 4 hour for value candle. And it looks like we have a strong rejection of it. We still got about 30 minutes, so anything can still happen. But it looks like we will take out previous day high from here. It's more obvious that we trade 18 points up than actually we trade 35 points down. So be patient and see what the market will bring for us today. 2 more minutes. Read your trade plan again. If you don't know it yet. No, even if you know it, still read it. Ze zit in de hiersectie. So if we stay doing this in the first hourly, I am not touching this market. So again, if we keep chopping around and don't do any big movements, I am not touching this market. I already had a nice week, so I don't want to give anything away just for the market sitting here and doing sideways movements. Then I'd rather be patient another day. So 20 seconds still open, and then we will see. News didn't do anything today, so we had 2 news. And by the way, Trump is still speaking, I believe. Not sure what about, but he's still speaking. So he is open.
En août, il ne fait pas chaud ici.
So this is what eunicea does while she's actually being patient, doing something different.
Juin, juillet ou août.
Il fait trop chaud. Trop.
Il fait beau. Il fait beau.
Il fait froid dans ce film. Froid.
Il fait trop froid aujourd'hui.
Aujourd'hui, c'est le 14 juillet. En juillet et août, c'est l'été. Antoine adore l'été. C'est les vacances et il fait très chaud.
Il ne fait pas très beau aujourd'hui.
Dat was een beetje oké.
Voici. Automne.
Réservé. Chaud.
Automne. Quel temps fait-il?
Gai.
Il fait quoi temps en octobre?
Fait-il? Fait-il? Quel temps fait-il?
Quel temps fait-il en France?
So that was London low that we just hit.
Il fait trop chaud pour sortir.
See if we fall any further, or that we continue further up right down. I didn't see that we hit that for valley gap.
19. Vent. Royaume. Royaume. Nuage.
On NQ it looks like they were equal. MNQ just hit it by a tenth of a point or something. So that would have been the entry club. I didn't see it.
Au Royaume-Uni, il pleut souvent.
Aliana, kan je een beetje rustiger zijn, meisje? Ja, maar ja.
Est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de soleil? Dites-le. Il y a beaucoup de soleil aussi.
That does look like a strong 4-hour right here.
Des nuages.
I, un, du, vent,
That's a very nice push to the downside. I'm not in this long. I did not take that just because of this 4-hour that's now being created. This looks like it wants a bit more downside at this point.
pleuvoir toute la journée.
Réunion.
Petit. Mais.
Moudon.
Il va neiger toute la journée.
En novembre, c'est l'automne.
La pluie.
La pluie.
So 3 minutes till that 50 minutes is done.
Il va pleuvoir.
So that was off, open straight to the downside.
Je n'aime pas la pluie. Pluie. En.
Il va parchemer s'il va pleuvoir. Faire. Faire.
Je n'aime pas la pluie.
If this keeps going, this can actually go
Va faire
a
autour.
nice distance back to the downside. So that could actually go to 24,890 or something. I can still see it go lower to that point.
Il va neiger.
So not a fan of longing this at this point, so just be patient, seeing if we get any 15-minute retracements. So this will take another half hour before I find any entry. Nonetheless, I know we are longing, but this is a huge 4-hour candle. So we will see how this one closes also, of course. We still got another 15 minutes in this candle. So warp is formed. Right, that's about we got a 64-point range. That's definitely doable. So I want to see how we react on that 5-minute fair value gap we just tapped. Oh, sorry, 3-minute fair value gap that we tapped. I'm watching on the charts.
les 4 saisons.
18.
Télévision.
Bon.
Saison.
Il fait froid en décembre. Dessert. Dessin. Clé. Grand.
Projet. Train.
Le ciel est bleu ce matin. Sel. Ciel. Petit. Gris.
Pour.
Mais. Outre.
Au printemps, il ne fait pas chaud.
Le ciel est gris.
Un temps. Un temps.
Les nuages gris.
So if we continue to the downside, I want to see it happen rather right now. If not, all-time high is actually the target.
L'hiver est une saison. Il va neiger en décembre.
En haut.
L'hiver est une saison.
Mars. Boire.
Mais.
7.
Ah.
J'adore le week-end.
J'adore le week-end.
Je.
Je lis les journaux.
18.
Grand. Demain.
Petit.
Tu vas à l'hôtel avec un animal?
Avril.
Temps.
8. 19.
Pouvez-vous attendre? Pouvez-vous attendre?
Market's still doing its thing, so impatient.
Non. Ne. Choisissons.
Quel?
16. L'heure. Monsieur.
Tu. Quelle chose?
omdat er iemand is achter is.
La douche,
La douche n'est pas propre. 2 chambres doubles. Je suis à la réception. C'est une chambre non fumeur. Une chambre simple. Les animaux sont interdits. C'est une grande frigo. Cet hôtel a un très bon petit déjeuner. Le journal est sur la table. Du 2 au 4 juillet.
So it looks like we want to have a little bit more downside first. See if we break that work in 4 minutes. So we hang around that same area for some time now. So back in that range. It's a decent range still. Around 66 points, so
organizo. Filmes. Trabalhar.
Today's caller is talking about their daily routine.
rosto e toma café.
So if this keeps falling, like I said, 24,000.
Eu lavo o rosto e tomo café antes de sair.
869, 96, something like that would be my first target.
À noite, eu relaxo em casa e assisto filmes.
That would just be below the,
Trabalhar e relaxar são
just before the
partes
high
importantes
of this
do
wick.
meu dia.
Actually here. So that's gonna be a close. Not the strongest push, but looks good. So that would be order to the downside. We are inside a 4-hour FEG, so still got some room to go. We took a huge push up, so a retracement is definitely possible. So I'm gonna be patient and see if we get any entries. Not sure we should put a stop yet. Eunicea in a short.
Stop is een kwartier heb ik ook zeker. Dat is bovenaan de orpa.
So this is a trade. If we get retracement in the 15 minute, I'm definitely shorting this. We'll see if we get that retracement. It depends on how the candles actually form, of course. If we do have a 15 minute hugely just doing nothing else and just going up, that would be a different story, of course. Muziek nou speciaal is, ik zie nog.
Nu? Ah ja. Wat iets anders? pessoa impaciente.
Still at opening range, so still at that first tap.
Pássaro. O João não usa boné hoje.
O João não usa boné hoje. O João não usa
Muitas vezes. Revista.
Cabo.
Zero. Inseto.
So that's a bit of a strong push.
Dor.
Bit of a strong push. So let's see. Took about 8 minutes in that 15 minutes, so everything's still possible.
Atriz.
Tarde.
Animal de estimação.
Cobra. A Ana e a Maria usam vestido. A Ana e a Maria usam vestido. Ele sempre compra carros caros.
Ele. Sal. Põe. Impaciente. E. Os. Seus. Atores. Sal. Famosos.
Elas. Não. Sim. Vestem. Banhar.
E. Os. Seus. Vizinhos. Sal. Ator. Famoso. Obra. Certo.
Muitos. Usar.
Elas não.
Elas não se vestem de manhã.
Domingo. Lavar. Pássaro.
Muitos.
A gente levanta cedo e toma banho.
Pássaro. Oi. Até. Floresta. Bem, eu. Sim. Animal de estimação. Muitos.
Banho. Relaxar.
Eu fico em casa de noite. Noite.
Vocês voltam de metrô ou de trem?
Sim.
Sim, muitas vezes.
Sim, muitas vezes.
Let's see if we get that tab with that 15 minutes. If I do, I would love to short this a bit lower again.
Animal de estimação.
Agora mesmo, o meu rosto está verde.
Relaxar. Mês. Pinguim.
Ele volta na segunda-feira. Conhecer.
Animal de estimação. Muitas vezes.
Oh.
Conhecer. Floresta.
Maar onze haan heeft mooie poten, hè?
Mhm.
Elas. Não. Sim. Vestem. De. Manhã.
Agora, os copos estão limpos. Eles não se preocupam com João.
Ó. Tá. Dele. Não. Está. Também. Limpo. Cá. Dele. Não. Está. Não. Agora. Carro. Dele. Também. Não. Está. Agora.
Kun je het niet eens gaan zien dat je scherm draait?
Nee. Maar door dan ook.
Wel onthouden.
Mhm.
Eu não sei, às vezes.
So first 15 minutes mock it and not move up nor down.
Nou, zie.
So
This is volta.
that doesn't look at the best for that warp.
Ela.
But still that 4 hours looks very strong.
Ativo.
So we only came back halfway for that first. Let's see if we can hit that. I would be very happy if we can hit that 15 minutes and then continue to the low.
O carro dele também não está limpo agora. Não, está. Agora.
Eles sempre levantam tarde porque eles são atores.
Eles não se preocupam com o João. Sim. Preocupam.
Sim, às vezes eles voltam muito tarde.
Just be patient. Market is building up liquidity right now. Wants to do something, but we need to be hands off the market now. If you're not into anything, if you are in that short, yeah, that still looks good actually.
Eles se preocupam com o carro. Por que eles se preocupam com o carro? Se preocupam. Carro.
Por que vocês se preocupam com o pinguim?
Muitas. Vezes.
Revista.
Dia.
Sim, às vezes eles voltam muito tarde.
Dançarino. São.
So that first 15 minute now making a fungled candle to the upside, so nonetheless we got still 40 minutes in that hourly. We didn't even came halfway back yet. So still more potential to the downside than to the upside.
Veille. Veille. Je me prépare vite le matin. Le matin. Aide. Aide. Elle se réveille toujours tard. Je fais du sport le matin. Sport. Hein? Tu te brosses les cheveux?
Not really a market that I like, just because of the slow movement and choppiness.
Que fais-tu d'habitude? Habitude.
Regarde
That's about a 37 point stop for me, so
Je me couche à 10h15. Couche. Ah. Et. Et.
Tu préfères quoi? Une douche ou un bain? Quoi? Une douche ou un bain?
Que fais-tu d'habitude? Fais-tu habitude?
that is a very relaxing market again. New York has been very slow last few weeks, or last few days. So if this continues to the downside, let's see how far we actually go. If we would want to do it, it would be around this area right now. We came back up, we chopped a bit around, we took some liquidity, so it would be a nice moment actually to see that movement down. We got another 6 minutes in this 15 minutes, so that would be actually a great opportunity now. The hourly is about 36 minutes still, so the first 30 minutes came back up, so now that would be a great movement. To see it fall further down, I believe if we wanted to go up, that we already would have pushed higher or a lot faster back up. If you had somewhere a 5 minute for value gap, it would have been a nice entry too, but at this point, still being patient. So back to the entry point at this point. So I've been 15 minutes further and nothing actually happened. So now we are creating maybe, if you're lucky here, a 5 minute for value gap. That would be nice. We could create one right here.
Libros. Visita. Interesante.
I'm your host, Lucy, and today we're listening.
Hola, Pedro. Hola, Juan. ¿Cómo estás? Bien, gracias. Mi madre me enseña italiano. Bien, gracias. Mi madre me enseña italiano. Qué interesante. Mi mamá me compra muchos libros. Interesante. Mi mamá me... Eso es bueno. Ellos te visitan a menudo. Sí, me visitan los domingos.
Looks like we closed off that 5 minute already. So that will be nothing to enter.
Esposa me conoce bien.
Mi esposa me conoce bien. Mi esposa me conoce bien.
Papá, yo quiero esta muñeca.
¿Cuántas muñecas te compra tu abuelo?
¿Tu padre te compra la ropa? Mi abuela nos compra pasteles.
Te conozco.
Mi mamá me quiere mucho. Ella me compra una pelota.
I'm not a fan of this price action actually.
Mi mamá me necesita hoy.
So if I don't get a tap in the next, say, 25 minutes or something like that, I'm not taking
Mamá
a trade.
me necesita hoy.
Just because sideways movement, chopping around, again, had some direction and then again stopped actually at the same level. We didn't move an inch for the last hourly. We came down and we took 79 point drop, and that's about it. So that's actually a very slow moving market again for a New York based session.
Alemán. País.
padres siempre nos ayudan. Ellas nunca nos escuchan.
So the only trade that I do see myself take is actually that value gap if you get that hit.
¿Por qué no me enseñas a animar? También te amo.
Only two trades that we actually could have taken. That was one here along off of it, straight to that high, back up to that high. That was a 1.7. That would be possible. And the opposite direction actually, because we had a change in character.
Siempre te necesito.
So this was our lag up. So we came to that 50% discount. So this is why I want to actually, the lesson of this morning said anything above we want to short, so that would be a great area to take a short from. Nonetheless, the major time frame is up, but still we need, after a chopped market, we do need some retracement back to the downside, so that would be actually a great place.
Mi abuela me enseña alemán.
¿Por qué no me enseñas a animar?
Tem animais bonitos no parque. Animal. Parque. Tem pinguim no parque? Pin. Parque. Esse animal vive na floresta. Na.
Olha, mais uma cobra. Uma cobra.
Quantas vacas tem aqui? Tem. Ah, claro, nós comemos plantas. Planta.
Você tem a revista sobre insetos? Você tem a revista sobre insetos?
Revista inseto.
O meu amigo não conhece o hotel. Ó. O meu amigo não conhece o hotel. Não. Conhece. O meu amigo não conhece o hotel. O que os cavalos comem no inverno? Cavalos. O que os cavalos comem no inverno?
So none of this price action is actually making any sense, so it's just sitting here doing nothing.
Perigosos. O que os cavalos comem no inverno?
Not moving up, not moving down, so
Cavalo. O que os cavalos comem no inverno? No inverno.
so the best way to trade this market is not trading at all. So I decided I will not touch this market even if that comes to that 15-minute fair value gap. Market has been sitting here so long, doing nothing, so if it goes up or down, it's an hour, more than an hour and 10 minutes after market opened, moved 70 points and still sitting at that same distance. Market is a bit undecided, so I'd rather keep my hands off of it today. Nonetheless, that could have been a great trade, but still need to be very sure. There are days that the market is much more clear where the market wants to go and how it actually wants to move. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 5 minutes going sideways. So that tells enough about how the market is acting. So actually that's a good thing that we actually see this market do its thing right here, just by going sideways. The reason why this is a good thing, that you actually know when not to go to a market too.
An attack on a king is called a check. Check my king from the safe square. Your rook, let's try a few more check puzzles. Your queen is the check piece.
So this will probably be that tap. Like I said, I will not enter this, just the reason because we were chopping all day. So if you should trade continuation, that should be actually the entry. So I'm not entering this. We'll let the market do its thing today. But if we would play this would look something like this then. That would be the entry point, stops at that 15-minute fair value gap high, targets are at least that low. So that will be a 2R from here. That was also a 30-minute fair value gap that we just tapped, so it has multiple confirmations actually that this could work. So this should play out. We should move rather fast to the downside now. I would love to see it happen, especially for everybody that's in the orb. Has been major patient today, so I would be much grateful if this market does decide to dump further down.
Check, please.
The first 15 minutes was actually a very nice reaction off of it. So also 30 minutes, nice reaction off of it. So TP, like I said, would be that 24,491. That would be actually the area where I would look for to take profit. Just under that wick here. But if you get to this low, if you're in this, that would be your first take profit. Just below that wicks, below these wicks, you take at least the contract off. You can put your stop then at your entry point.
Only one check is safe.
That would mean that we have a break of structure to the downside again, and then we can actually put our stop at a safe spot. I think my daughter is learning opera and singing today. She's making some very special noises.
Self-creation.
So it was if move your king to escape check. Escape check again. Your king can only move to safe squares.
So again, if you're in this, your first TP should just be that low. So that would be a 1 hour already. So you can take off something here at that low.
Move your king to safety.
Not sure if anybody added on that 15-minute too, of that wordplay. That was also a possibility. I know you normally add on a 5 minute of an orb, but still that 15 minute would just be the same. I'll sit here for another 10 minutes and then I'll be going off. No need to sit behind markets when they are doing this kind of movement. It's better to spend your time into something that you have more favorable than this. We got plenty of other times that we actually do have a nice continuation movement, or that the market does actually do something that we love to see. Like yesterday was a good day. But this range here took 11 hours, so now we just moved down and now we're sitting here for an hour and 15 minutes. We've been sitting here that the market didn't move. So you can see it's no point of trading this just because of that. Try to identify that immediately once you are trading alone, or you will definitely trade sometimes alone. So if you ever do that, you actually immediately see what kind of market condition that we are in. So you don't give anything to the market that's not needed.
You took my bishop.
we have any more news? Are we waiting for something? Trump is speaking. Oh, that was an hour ago. Trump has a meeting in about 20 minutes, but actually not that much. So it's strange that we had such a slow market today.
My queen. Bishop down.
So we got 9 minutes in this hourly. Let's see if this hourly gives us some indication that we actually see if the market wants to continue lower. We did came up all the way back to the high, so if this was that hourly right here, so we closed all those candles, so that will actually indicate that we should continue lower. If you watch that hourly here, we can actually see that was beautifully tapped, and then now a bit back lower. So we got 9 minutes. Let's see how this 9 minutes close. Would be nice to see if it keeps going lower.
Checkmate.
I'm calling it today at 5 o'clock, so wish you all then a very great trading session. I would recommend not touching it until you actually see a movement, but if it keeps doing like this, we'll probably be sitting here all day. So once the market actually starts doing this, it actually likes to continue doing it until it has enough liquidity to actually then take that movement. Nonetheless, that would have been 0.9, so not actually that a great trade.
See you.
But if you look at this 4 hourly, we can see that that actually was a very nice 4 hour to the downside, came halfway, we came back up. So the more obvious reason is that we close off this 4 hour completely today. That would be great. So our GP is already above that. And that's just following the order flow at this point. So the only reason is because we had a huge rejection of this, that this is the order flow that we go down. Or at this point still. If the market wanted to go up, it should have had like more a V shape of form. So what I mean by that, it looks like a bit more like this. So we come down to something, we sit one, maybe two charts, and then actually immediately push back up. That has much more strength in it,
Nice check.
and not just sit here and do nothing. So nonetheless, if you are in this, yeah, the target stay the same. I will not change it. So if you took a continuation short, actually if you want to be full secure today because that was job market, you can just put your stop straight to that wick. It's like a point, then in stop that you have a stop of, and you can then close the book side also if you want to, and see if the market continues further down or not. So if it comes back up and takes the last of that for value gap, it will continue higher to all-time high. Not after that rejection off of it. We should actually continue lower immediately off of it, and we're still sitting here. We will see that in about 5 minutes from now, what this hourly does. So I would love to see it close as low as possible to that candle. So again, if you were in this short of that 15-minute value gap, I would put your stop straight to entry right now. So that's a risk-free trade that you have. The same if you watch the half hourly, you can see there was a nice rejection of that same enough value gap of 50 minutes that tapped exactly. So I would suggest if the market wants to continue lower, it should be here.
Some bonds are built to last. Goodbye, noble steed. Check.
Yeah, definitely possible, Blake. Full agree. It actually keeps holding there. So if it wants to fall, it should fall rather fast. So we got another 3 minutes to see if this closes back to the downside. Anybody that took that short is already in profit, so should be actually break even right now. So this one, you're break even. This one, if you are in this orb, you're just above your entry. So. But you can see this is actually not a good price action at all. But it's very good that you can see it for yourself, so that's mainly important.
Just don't let it go to your head.
I didn't know Powers was speaking, so thank you for the information. So here you can put actually full stop to entry now, so you don't even need to put it at that wick. Just put it at entry, or just one tick below it. If you are in with multiple contracts, just take even a contract maybe off. So you're definitely in profit, and then you can put your stop at that wick. So at least you got a free trade. And over here trades this, so if you are in this, go work, follow the plan. So on the other hand, if the market should move up higher, we should not sit around here. So that's also an indication that the market has a little bit more strength to the downside. If the buyer should play up, that fair value gap should immediately show that strength back to the upside. We actually did not. We're sitting here for now an extra hour. And we just made an hour fair value gap, a very small one, but we're still at the same level. Eunicia's still in it, by the way, so she's still in that short. She keeps holding. She doesn't like break even, so for her it's full TP or nothing. Or indeed, if she added that's something different, then she can actually change sometimes her entry, but for the rest, or for her exit, but for the rest she actually always keeps it. So it's 5 o'clock. the market keeps doing its own thing. So I would say be patient for the next trading day. They will come multiple days. If you're in this short, what I presented today, keep it to your TP. So I would say somewhere around 24,900 level would be my target, especially because we have another 2-hour for value gaps right here, and that actually aligns with that 4-hour for value gap fully down to the downside. So that would also align to that 50% value worth of value. So if you have that leg up, that's that 50% value that goes straight into that 1 hour for value gap. So that would be the fair price for actually the price to reverse to the upside. Before that, I will give you all a very great training session for the rest of the day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Does anybody else? Enjoy.